Hold on, hold on. Let me take a sip.
We're here. At least we got one in this week.
We made it. Now, whose fault was this week?
Definitely mine.
Okay. When I get blamed, I gotta pass the blame too. It's gotta be equal blame.
I will 100% take it. Monday was never happening anyway. We had our company Christmas party on Sunday night.
Which
I was
so
not
fun.
even home.
I love the fact that we didn't really talk about it. I just walked up to you on Sunday. You were enjoying yourself, a couple beverages deep. We were there doing all the things. And I just looked at you and I was like, I'm gonna let her think this is her idea because this is what she needs right now. So I just walked up and I was like, what do you think about the episode tomorrow? And you were like, we're canceling it. I was like, that's a great idea.
That was never happening.
Wow. Like, no episode tomorrow, right? You're
Oh
like, no.
my God.
You're
I
feeling
didn't even
okay? Sick on Wednesday?
Oh yeah. I'm just like so junky. It's like 'tis the season. And also I've been like super depressed this week. It's been awful. Like I've done nothing but cry. There's something about the holidays that it's just really weird. I feel like it's all just me and my own expectations.
Can I do anything?
No. I even like TikTok. I like threw myself on the rowing machine this morning and like cried while rowing. And I was like, I hate the holidays. So I'm sure everyone's gonna love that on TikTok if you care to watch it.
Are you just like
Like
overwhelmed
mascara down my face.
Are you overwhelmed with like the pressure? Like,
Oh God,
where's
no.
No,
there's no pressure. It's just like it's very sad to me. I'm like mourning the loss of Christmas. It used to be like so big and fun, and we had tons of family, and it was festive. And now, kind of like we're splintered. It's quiet. My kids, I told you I'm trying to go away and stay in my brother's apartment because I don't want to stay here. It just makes me sad. It's too quiet. I know my kids will just like be in their rooms. What?
You know what you need? Grandkids. I know you got one, but like you need like more, because then you have to do the toy thing again.
Right. Like I totally do. Like I'm ready for it. It's just not going to happen for a while. So
no, but it comes. But like know that it's cyclical and it comes back
my
around.
Parents just like such dicks. It was yesterday that was like they're just assholes. I actually have the card here. It was like this is my Christmas from my dad, daughter, group family.
Okay, it could be.
Here's a gift card.
It could have been worse. You could be forgotten. You could have been unthought of.
I feel like I would just rather him have forgotten me. At least this was like I thought of you ish. Here I did something.
And here's like the level at which of effort I wanted to put in after I thought about you.
Right. It's and like today he was just like, I'm worried about you. You need to slow down. And I was like, and another thing. It's just not a good text message today.
So if you were worried about me, you could have done a little bit more than like send me a card. But did you want to come for Christmas and help out?
No.
Did you want to invite us? Did you want to do anything? No, you just want to send a card, but then tell me that you're worried. Okay, thank you.
Okay. So I'm like, I'm worried about this. I'm worried about that. Cliff's health has got like an issue. We got a couple of things going on. Okay. And my dad's like, not to add anything, but Dee's dad died. She's in Ireland. And I'm like, I don't care about my cousin's wife's dad. Like
that's a lot. Yeah.
And Dee, and I know you watch our show, I do care about your dad. And I'm very, very sorry about it. However, like that is not the time, Dad, to text me when I'm on a full rant about the shit show of my life.
Yes. So important thing. Thank you for telling me. Timing needs to get worked on. You need to work the timing for the level of fucks that I'm supposed to give.
Wait,
if you want
tell me
more
tomorrow.
Fucks, this is not the time.
Text me tomorrow when I'm not in full on. I just cried in a mascara puddle on my friggin' rowing machine. Okay.
Well, Dee, I'm sorry for your loss. Thank you for listening to our podcast. I'm really sorry.
I love you, Dee.
Death this time
of year
is really a bummer. I'm sorry.
Well, I feel like that's a lot of people too. So I want to acknowledge this moment where not everybody is holly jolly. Today's the last day of Hanukkah. If you're celebrating,
there's a lot going on there.
Hanukkah Samech. I think I said it right. Happy Hanukkah. Look at me.
Proud of you. Yeah, there's always good to acknowledge the people that struggle with holidays. Whatever holiday it is, more than others, whether it's Valentine's Day and you're single and you're not doing the thing, or it's Mother's Day and you don't talk to your mother, or it's, Christmas and you're struggling with a change of pace or different people in your life or whatever it is. So we're thinking of you. And we know that holidays put a lot of pressure on people. And sometimes it's not always like out of the picture book Hallmark movies that you want it to be. So
Yeah, and I want that.
That's okay. You want it. You want the Hallmark movie.
I deserve the Hallmark movie. I want it. Eventually I'll get it. But I've got to give a shout out to RTB, who said, what you need to keep is your perspective and your achievements as a wife, a mother, and a friend. You have a strong connection with a handful and have loving relationships and have taught your children amazing life lessons. He said, these are all important things and reflections of who you are. I'm very
He's
proud
right.
of you. And I'm like,
He's right.
thank you. Thank you. I'm still
That's why we
crying.
love
Thank you.
We love RTB. Even when he calls us out for not knowing shit about shit, we still love RTB.
Sometimes you need that friend to call you on to BS.
And I love the fact that it's him so much. We should have him back in the pod. We have him last year on the podcast. It was awesome. We need to invite him back. We need to bring some couple people back. His energy is just hysterical. I love him. It was nice to see him at the Christmas party too. I barely got to talk to some people. But it was nice. It was nice.
Was I a lot for Friend Zone Jake? Was he horrified?
No, Friend Zone Jake is just so along for the ride. And thank God too. And I so unbelievably appreciate him, because I was like, this is an hour ride there and back. I need a friend so I don't blow my brains out. Especially it was raining. I was like, get in the car. So it was great. He had a lot of fun. He was mine. He's like, are you going to buy me a beer? And I was like, yes, we'll take care of that. That's all you care about. And it's fun. I think it's fun for him to be included in a different part of my world.
Yeah.
And then we talked on the way home about how every time somebody asks if we're dating and we say no, the insult is pointed to me, not him. And we talk about this extensively. He's a great guy. He's handsome. He's tall. He's got a job. He's got all the things going for him. And everybody looks at me like, what is your problem? And I'm like, I know, guys. I know.
Listen, I'm just not there.
It wasn't a thing for me, but that's why I kept him. And now he's friend zone Jake, and so we were laughing about that all the way home. I'm fully aware. Every time somebody asks me if we're dating and I say no, the insult is to me. He's great. We know. Friend zone Jake is the best. We love him.
Should we start in our what's roasting area with this orange peel theory situation, since we're talking about the friend zone and relationships?
Oh my God, 100%. I feel
like we should start this conversation here with the orange peel theory.
We haven't done a TikTok trend breakdown in a minute. And I thought this was a good one. And then I think we should decide if I should put this to a test.
Okay.
Because I'm willing to go buy an orange and put this to the test today.
All right. So explain the orange peel theory to people that have not seen this situation or this unfolding.
So I guess it's going on TikTok. We know I'm not really on the talk. You should are you on you're on the TikTok?
I'm on the talk a little.
Have you seen this?
No.
Okay.
I don't sit there and death scroll though.
Oh. Well, you have kid strays and things like that, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Time you need to spend all your time crying on the rowing machine. That's what you're doing.
And then sharing it with everyone. Hi, guys.
So almighty. This trend about the orange peel theory is you have an orange and you pass it to your partner and you ask them to peel it for you and you watch their reaction. And I think it's so simple. And they're talking about how it's such a testament and such an indicator of their personality at the root. And I think that's so true. Do they take it, give it that little golden retriever energy, peel it right for you, say no problem, and hand it right back to you? Or do they huff and puff and say, what's wrong with you? You can do it yourself. And I think it's such a good indication of partners and relationships and how people are and where they meet you. And I thought it was really fascinating. So now I have a question.
Yes.
If you were to ask Cliff to peel an orange for you, how would that go?
He would immediately peel it for me.
Can we put it to the test? Can we film this and put it on our own and see if it works?
Yeah, absolutely. He would immediately peel it for me. I would be the one that would balk and be like, seriously, while I'm peeling it, bitching at him.
So would he say anything?
best of both worlds. I would peel it and bitch at him. But no, he would just do it while talking to me about something else and not even think twice about it.
I was going to say, I think he would use it as a way to like, oh, I have your focus. Wow, I'm peeling this for you so I can tell you these 8 things that you need to do.
100%. 100%. And we know this about each other. I don't even have to test it. I know what's going to happen.
Well, it's because you've been married for life. So that makes sense.
So long.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how like certain people in my life. I'd love to test it on like my brother.
Oh, he won't do it. He'd throw it back at you.
100%.
Throw it back. But
yes.
Tori, really?
100%. He'd be like, why do you need an orange? Are you getting scurvy? Like, he would like not. He would not care.
Puts it on the counter. Bye.
Yeah. Give it to the dog. Like, running it out. Yeah. No, 100%. And then I feel like Jake would be like you. Jake would peel it, but be like, what? Why am I doing? Like,
why?
He would know. He'd be like, what are you putting me on blast for right now? What are you doing? What are you making me do?
There's a reason why I'm doing this, and I don't quite understand it yet.
I've seen this already, Tori. I'm not doing that.
Totally.
And make fun of me for trying to be a Gen Zer. And yeah, I think that's it. I don't know what boyfriend would do. I don't. But that might be the test.
Yeah, test
Maybe
it
I'll
out.
Poll it and test it today. And then
please
results.
text me, or at least like you don't have to film it, but I definitely want a picture of the orange, either whole or peeled.
Yeah, he would not.
That's okay, but a picture of the orange, either peeled or not, or a picture of something, and then the conversation I would like to have. Thank you. Let us know.
Yes. Okay,
can you unscrew this jar? Like, however it is, whatever task that you want him to do.
He's pretty good at that. I just hand him the jar, or like the seltzer bottles that are bigger.
Yeah.
And have the screw top. Okay, I'm like a true addict to those, and all the time I can't get them off. So I just like shuffle down the hall to his office and put it in, and just toss it over his computer, like, help! Pretty good with those. So I feel like maybe we'll get that energy, but I don't know. It's a good test. We'll find out.
Yeah, definitely.
And what happens if he doesn't peel it and he's a jerk? Do I have to dump him? Kind of.
We just it's on watch.
Oh, red flag. Okay, we're on red flag watch.
We're on red flag watch. That's one. Like a yellow card. It's a yellow card. We're watching you.
Oh man. Well, speaking of love news, we have a few things going on.
Yeah, it's a red card, but a different kind of red card.
Should we get it? We're getting into the like roasting of what's roasting.
Yes.
Well, we should preface this by saying Taylor Swift had her 34th birthday this week. It was on the 13th. And she went out. She had a good time. And all these little like pop culture micro stories kind of came out of it, which I thought was awesome. And one of them was the hard launch of Selena Gomez and her relationship with whatever his face is.
Benny Blanco.
I was like, Bianco, Benny
Blanco. Like they were in it. Like they are in a relation. That is his real name. Well,
no
his
way.
Producer name.
Okay. No. But I meant like, is that like a stage
I didn't care to look to see what his real name was. I've just seen him in a bunch of things, and I know that he's actually very talented. So good for her.
I'm just curious if that's the name he picked, because I feel like it would tell me a lot about his personality, or if it's like his given name. Like, did your parents give this to you because they like the alliteration and they thought it was cute?
If you watch any of videos of him, you'll immediately know his personality.
Oh.
He's just, he's funny. He's a funny guy.
I don't know why I'm not really here for this. I think I just want Selena to get stable.
I feel like he's a good distraction for her. I feel like he might be pretty stable-ish for her.
I just don't want her to like break anybody's heart because she can't keep her shit together. And it feels like I don't know if she can keep her shit together. And that's maybe kind of mean to say, but I just feel like she goes from like every time she gets her phone back from her PR team.
You're off grounded. Now behave.
And then she does it.
I'm doing it.
Oh, so
I'm sneaking out. No one's going to tell me I can't.
Yeah. But I mean, like, live your life, girl. Do your thing. I support
great analogy.
Like, women support women. I just almost want to be like, don't ruin men at the same time.
I mean, I feel like he'll be just fine. I think is just what she needs because he is low maintenance, high fun, and seems to be very, very chill. And I don't know whether that's because he is just fully engulfed in cannabis all the time, or it's just his personality. He's just
Yeah.
like, I don't care. I'm unapologetically myself. And if you don't like it, you can go. I think she needs a little of that in her life.
Yeah, I think she I feel like needs somebody who's gonna let her do her thing and has his own life going on. But then
And
when
he
she comes around,
does.
like, hey, I actually want to spend time with you, he's like, all right, just hang right there. You can hang right there, and I'm
Right.
gonna do my thing. I
So
feel
I
like
do
he
see
needs
it as
that.
healthy. If you knew him a little better, I think you would also see it as a little bit
Okay.
healthy. Or they could just be getting stoned together and having a good time. And that's
Well,
also okay. Like, that's also fine.
perfect.
Right?
Whatever works.
Exactly.
Um, but she was out also with Gigi Hadid, Blake Lively,
Oh, yeah.
Jack
She has no
Antonoff,
D-list
Zoe
friends.
Kravitz. No.
She's like, A-listers only, or you can't sit with us.
Yes, amazing. And the night before, she was out with Taylor Lautner and his wife, who is Taylor Dome, but also now Taylor Lautner.
Just
So it's
too
Taylor
many
Lautner for
Taylors. Too many Taylors.
Taylor married a Taylor, and now they're Taylor Lautners together. Kind of
But
cute.
they dated. Taylor Swift and Taylor Lautner dated. It was too many Taylors.
Yes. Yes. So I love this story. He's come out and talked about it a little bit because they've been friends now. They've rekindled a friendship, which is what he was talking about on this podcast with Color Daddy, which I hate that podcast, but either way, I like, yeah, whatever, either way. But he's come out and said a couple of things before, like, it's funny when you start dating somebody and her favorite celebrity of all time is your ex-girlfriend.
Right.
Like, you know, and his wife, now wife Taylor, was like, it was like this cool fact about my boyfriend at the time, is that he dated Taylor Swift. And then they became friends, and then my world got so much better.
But then they're all named Taylor. I don't like it.
Why?
We all have the same name.
But I liked what he said. So he was on the Color Daddy podcast, and he basically said, like, talking about the rekindling of their friendship, how they separated for a little while and didn't communicate, and then they kind of came back and became friends. Now he's been in her music videos, and they go out all the time, and she's friends with them as a couple too, which I think is great. But he said, I think when you respect somebody for who they are, like in their soul, it allows you to move on, forgive, and continue that love in a different way. And that just like resonated with me so clearly, because I'm somebody who, with the exception of a few, I'm somebody who really retains friendship with people that I've been romantically involved with, especially through like my youth and kind of in that same time period at which Taylor Swift and Taylor Lautner were dating. And I think
there's a reason for the initial attraction, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you like each other, whatever it is. Maybe it's not that romance level anymore. It's I still like what you're doing.
Yeah, and I think for me, and now I'm just getting personal, but I think for me, like, the sexual side of relationships, like, really didn't, like, click for me until I was in my, like, much later in life, like, much, much, much later after I started dating. So when I was dating these people in my youth, it was really because I liked who they are, I liked their energy, I liked what they were into,
right?
I liked how they brought themselves, I liked their sense of humor. So it was so easy for me to be like, okay, I'm not making out with you anymore, but, like, I'm going to keep you in my life. And so my best friends are all people that I, like, technically was romantically involved with prior.
Right.
And I really, you know, I think it's a different, I'm so
and then the thought of kissing them is like kissing your brother.
Oh my God, it's so weird now. Like, my two best friends, I like, technically I dated both of them in high school.
We
kind
did
of.
that.
Ugh. I think about it all the time. Or even like, sorry, Jake. Even like Jake now, I'm like, oh, can't. No. It's weird.
Sorry, Jake.
It's weird. Because now I'm just like, I'm just like friends with them, and I want to like just like squeeze their cheeks and be like, "You're doing great, sweetie." Like, I don't have any other energy other than that. So hopefully,
it's just no longer romantic energy. That's it.
Yeah. Once I close that door, you know, it's easy for me. So I really like that he was kind of able to come out and say that. And he said the same thing. Like, we were so young at the time. I've always had the deepest respect for her as a person before anything else. So I sent it to my best friends and was like, for the girlies out there who are still best friends with their ex everywhere, and, you know, and sent some little heart emojis and was like, oh, I love this.
It's good. It's cute. What
not else we got?
And cute is the Justin Timberlake. I thought it was actually kind of funny.
So I was like almost too young for this era. of them like dating. Like I've seen the photos in the what is it, the denim on denim moment. What was that, the VMAs or the MTV Awards or something?
Well, the
So I
problem
I
is
remember.
Britney finally said something about how, he pushed her to have an abortion and like all of the stuff that she came out with in her book. And like it like got really grimy and there was a lot of public backlash with Justin. So he just started touring again and basically did Cry Me a River, but beforehand did this like soliloquy about how I apologize and addressing the Britney backlash and what he had to say about it. And I was like, ugh. I just found it in poor taste. Like, don't perform that song. Like, you have a million songs, but that one specifically was this hateful anthem towards Britney.
Is that confirmed?
Yeah, it was at the time, and it
was.
Oh
yeah, then this is not the time to perform it.
Just like, don't perform that song rather than have this addressing the backlash. If
you just play the 2020 album, that concert will take 3 hours because those songs are 8 minutes long. You can skip Cry Me a River.
Right.
It's a banger album, though.
It's a good one. So I didn't think that it was necessary.
No, I agree. And I also think, too, addressing it is weird. Like, just replace the song and move on and stop talking about it. Not that I think you shouldn't address it, but, like, this is not the way to address it. Like, in concert. I don't know. What do you think his wife's doing? What do you think Jessica Biel's thinking about all of this?
I would hate all of this. He's probably touring because she can't stand to look at him around the house. She's like, go make money.
They have kids,
Get out of my face. Yeah, they have 2 boys. They have 2 super cute boys. And they've kept super quiet about everything because they're both like fairly private people.
Except wasn't he not? Oh, no, that was Adam Levine who was like in people's DMs.
Well, yeah, and he also
what's wrong with these?
There was a cheating rumor going on there.
Oh,
too,
yeah. Okay, Gen X pop stars, calm yourselves. You married up, don't ruin it.
I know. I feel like that they just can't. It's like too enticing for them.
Get out of your own way. You are not 17 anymore. You don't have the world at your fingertips. You are actually like touring with the same songs you used to produce 14 years ago. Calm down. Raise your kids. Your audience is also aging with you.
Yeah, right. Well, the kids in the room, Olivia Rodrigo, a little bit of romance there.
Yeah, who is this person?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know
either? She's Enola Gray. I mean, Enola Holmes.
No, she's in it. No, that's him. Well, at least they're the same age. He's
very British looking. It's not my look.
Cute. I don't know. I feel like we don't get a lot from Olivia Rodrigo. Like, we just get an album that sounds exactly the same as her last album, and then we move on. So I thought this was a nice little quip. Like, okay, we see you on the scene.
Well, they're packing PDA, and it's nice for her not to be crying about breakups. It's nice to see her just being a normal 20-year-old, not one having a breakdown because a boy broke up with her.
Yeah, do you think we'll get like a love album now? No, out of her?
Maybe.
It's not her brand.
Well, maybe her brand can grow up. I mean, it's 20 and you're having real relationships. Maybe it's a good time to change what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe she just needs another breakup to sing about. Who knows?
Here for that too. As long as we change.
I'm dating you for material. It's okay. I feel like you kind of did a similar thing for our pod, but
I started to be like, I feel a little bit called out right now, but we don't need to talk about it. I definitely was motivated to go on dates, so I had content for this podcast.
Yeah, and you found it. Boy, did you find it.
Yeah, I got into the one thing I literally can't talk about.
Right. So we're moving on to a story.
Speaking of that, we now have listeners who are calling me out and calling him out in the process on the term boyfriend, not boyfriend. So I have close friends that are listening to the podcast calling me being like, hey, what's going on with that? And I'm like, you listen to the podcast. You know what's going on. Like, okay, but like,
he's not my boyfriend.
I'm like, no. So
this is not my boyfriend.
We're getting called out now by our listeners for our lack of status.
It's perfect. As you should.
Guys, just let us figure it out.
Kim and Kanye's oldest daughter debuted her rap name during a feature on her dad's upcoming album.
Okay, I didn't hate it. Do you see the video?
No.
She's cute and awkward and like little, but she's totally like got a verse and rap into the songs. And it's funny to see these like rap legends like swaying and dancing to like her little verse. It's very cute. She calls herself Miss Westy. It's cute.
It is cute.
And I like her little lyrics. Don't try and test me. It's gonna get messy. Just bless me. I'm your bestie, Miss Westy. And what I love about it,
that lyrical genius.
Okay, but here's 100%. But what it's giving is like I wrote it myself.
Right.
What it's giving is like I'm taking advantage that my dad's Kanye West.
Right.
And it's giving like true North energy.
Yeah.
Don't try and test me. It's going to get messy. Like, we all know that's how she actually is in her personality and the things that Kim says about her. She loves to critique people. She loves to, like, tell them off. When she goes to the fashion show and she holds up the sign that says, "Stop taking pictures of me." Like, this is so her energy. She's
her father's daughter.
Oh, my God. So I love the fact that she, like, brought that energy into this, like, very, very simple verse. And it is what it is. And she's having fun with it. And I don't know. I'm kind of here for it. Miss Westy. Like,
that's
cute.
Well, she's going to be featured on the album, but who is not going to be featured on the album, which is coming out this week? Nicki Minaj. So she cut a verse for one of his songs, and Kanye has been trying to clear it. It's on Vulture. So they might have to reprint all of it because Nicki Minaj says no. She's like, look, I've got a brand new album out. Ye is trying to hijack her album to have her on his album to try and get a little bit of playtime more than he normally would have. And she's like, I'm not having it. I'm putting all of my energy into my release. No.
Fascinating. I'm shocked that anybody, especially Nicki Minaj, but in general, like anybody that would really want to have anything to do with Kanye West right now.
Yes, she doesn't. And she's not here for it. And she's not budging.
But she cut a track.
Yeah.
So like,
she has to clear it before it's used.
So I wonder how long it's been that she cut the track and now he's like remaking it.
Yeah, it's been like a year.
But still, like, why would you get involved? And my question is like, why would you cut a track or get involved with Kanye West at any point to begin with? Because you know that this fight's coming down the road.
Well, there's even like a screenshot of it. Hi, it's Ye. May I call you about clearing new body on the new album? And she's like, nope, no. I guess
but we love to see the receipts, and we love to see accurate receipts and not edited, posted, incorrect receipts of permissions that were not granted.
So apparently it was for his long lost album back in 2018.
Okay, so this is a while. That's what I wondered, if it was like an old cut track he's dug up to try and like get some traction.
Yes, 100%. And she's not having it. She's like, no.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. Like, you're a disaster. I want nothing to do with you from a PR standpoint.
Yeah.
Not like while everything's going on in the other part of the world and you're like a notorious anti-Semitic. Like, I absolutely want nothing to do with that.
Right, exactly. 5 years. No, you're not having it now. So thank you, but no thank you.
Yeah,
good for you, Nikki. Stand your ground. All right, the legions.
Did she get divorced, or was that Cardi B? Somebody's recently
Cardi
divorced?
B.
Cardi B recently got divorced from Offset. They're out.
Well, I don't know if they're divorced, but they're done. Yeah, they're done.
Well, we saw that coming. They were on and off, right?
When you stop following each other on all social media, it's either you're in a real big fight or something serious is going on.
I don't know. You can hide them without unfollowing them and without alerting the entire media that you've unfollowed them. So yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's a super immature first step.
Yeah, but a necessary one. Always unfollow those people.
Yes.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yes, I agree. Just a super immature one when you're married with children.
I don't know. Or it works.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe she's trying to like hold herself accountable because she's tried to separate before and then has gone back because he's the baby daddy, and now she's trying to like actually go through the process of really separating and putting that space in. So do you, Cardi B? If you gotta unfollow that bitch, unfollow that bitch. I support you.
We say yes.
And I hope it sticks this time because something about him just
it's off. So bad.
Cliche and perfect.
Sorry. All right,
okay,
Elon.
We have one more little story that I am trying to wrap my brain around, and I have thoughts.
Okay.
Elon Musk apparently, according to some tax filings, are trying to open a primary and a secondary school focused on STEM.
What did I
which is what? Science, technology, engineering, and math.
Yes. He's growing legions of Elons.
Oh my God, 100%. It does totally feel like he's like, just like, is he also going to clone his own body to like educate and then
We've talked
educate
about
them?
this. We've talked about this. This
It's
is
weird.
why. This is why he's having all of those children. We've discussed it.
But here's
for his school.
Here's my frustration though about it. And I will try to sound educated in some capacity about this as best I can, even though I don't have children. STEM is so important, and I understand the important it is in the economy and in development and in country development. I get all that. However, I hate the fact that there's so much focus on STEM and not enough on the arts. And I'm sure you can agree with me because you've done this with your kids who are artistically talented. There's not enough funding or enough programs in arts in general, in music, in 3D art, in 2D art, in whatever it is. And it's so sad to watch leaders of the world continue to push STEM and not necessarily give.
Well, the new acronym now is STEAM. And it's adding the arts in there as well. That is the
Okay,
new.
but then doesn't it just make it school?
Right. No, it's not school because
So
I mean,
okay, so what does that mean? We're not teaching kids to write, or is that part of the arts? Language arts, probably all together.
no,
So then
it's just arts. That's
then-
exactly it. We're removing the language portion, I feel like, out of this, which is crazy to me.
And history.
Yeah.
So we're going to not learn remotely from anything of our past to make better decisions for the future. We're only going to think forward, only going to think about money. And yes, arts are important, kind of, we're going to throw them in there, but only if you're drawing or listening, not if you're writing or reading.
I mean, I feel like the key has always been to be well-rounded. I feel like you need to be able to have the most amount of information possible.
So how many letters are we going to add to the acronym before it's just back to
But we're just back at school. I don't know.
So, and I say this because, like, I admittedly, and I've talked about this a little bit before, and I don't want it to come off braggy, but like, I am admittedly pretty academically inclined, and I always have been. And I think so much of that is because so much of my life in the arts was about pattern reading. It's all I did in ballet was like, you see a pattern, you try and figure it out, you try to execute it, you repeat it, you execute it, you repeat it. And something about that process in my brain continuously was what made me pretty good at things academically, because I could take in the information and repeat it back quickly. Yep. And I think there's so much education link between music and science and music and math, and there's so much overlap. So I just don't want to see that portion of the world go away. And I think they go so hand in hand. So to see somebody like Elon Musk have a focus on STEM and take away like your arts, your languages, your history, and take that away from education, I think is not great, because we're just cutting ourselves off from being overall educated.
Well, once again, it's Elon. So take it with a grain of salt. I mean, Kanye has his own school.
True.
You know what I mean?
But these are huge, influential people in the world that have an opinion.
But that's okay. There are always going to be people that subscribe to that. There are always going to be people that think we need more engineers and more of this, more technology, and then leave the other stuff behind. But there's always going to be people that are homesteading, and there are always going to be people that are into the arts.
Sure,
it's not
but those
take
people
away.
didn't have a platform or as much influence as they do now, thanks to social media. Like those
Elon just had all of his cars recalled, and X has lost $1 gazillion.
I forgot about that. Why did all those cars get recalled?
I don't know. They're something
driving on
dumb
their
with
own?
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, trust me, everything will balance itself out. The universe will take care of things. Just
I guess I'm just here to say, like, Elon, you're a crazy person. You're trying to make a cult. I see you, and the arts are still important. Boo, you stink. That's all.
He does it on his own. He'll be his own demise. Don't worry about it. Get perky with us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at the First Shot Morning Show. We've got one more week of episodes.
Yeah, we're gonna try and get them in.
One more week of episodes, and then we're on a season break, and then we come back. Are we on season 5?
Yeah.
No. 4.
Yes.
5?
We're on 4 now.
What?
I know.
That's gross. You guys have been listening to us for almost 5 seasons. That's bananas. Okay, I can't think about that too much. We'll see you guys on Monday, and we'll figure it out then.
Bye.
The First Shot Morning Show is produced by Lemonadio. When life gives you lemons, make radio. We encourage everyone to listen happier.com.